If you're fine with walking 10 kilometers, 6 miles, then you have no excuse whatsoever not to do this hike. And I'm sure that by the end of this video, you will agree with me. Hey guys, welcome to Santorini Explained. My name is Sebastian, I'm a tour guide here in Santorini, and today we're talking about the epic Fira to Ia hike. This hike, also called the Caldera Trail, is among the top 3 most visited attractions in Santorini, alongside with the village of Ia and the volcano's hot springs. The trail goes from Fira, the capital, to Ia, Santorini's most famous village. It's a 10-kilometer hike and it should take you anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. And if you wonder how it looks like, here's a little teaser. Nice, right? Well, now that you definitely want to do this hike, let me tell you what you need to know before starting. First of all, even though there are not many signs helping you finding your way, it shouldn't be too difficult because you're always walking along the rim of the Caldera cliffs. So every time the road splits, you will choose the path that goes closer to the water. The typical start of the hike is at the cable car station in Fira, and the end in Ia is at the mini market called Perivolas Market. You can find both these places on Google Maps, or you can use the GPS coordinates I'm linking down below. Be aware that this trail doesn't technically enter Ia village, so if you want to see Ia also, then it's another 1 or 2 hours, and that's another topic. Alright, something else you should know about the trail is that the first part of it, between Fira and Mavro, is all cobblestones and is very easy to walk. The second half, though, is on dirt paths, much more slippery, and this definitely requires good walking shoes. So, no flip-flops and no high heels, because yes, I have seen that. So what do you do when you're at the end of the hike in Ia? Maybe you want to go back to Fira, where your car is. Well, it's pretty easy. There's a bus every 30 minutes between Fira and Ia, so you shouldn't have to wait for too long. By the way, if you want to know how easy it is to navigate Santorini with public buses, you can check out this video right there. Alright, now let's talk for a second about the timing of this hike. Well, the main rule is that you should not be on the trail anywhere between 11 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, because these are the hottest hours of the day. So either you start at 8 a.m., 9 the latest, or after 4. Because if you do what I see all the tourists doing, which is to start at 10, 11 a.m., not only will you suffer in the sun, but ironically, this is also when most tourists are doing the hike, so the trail will be super packed. If you opt for the afternoon hike, my advice would be to start from Fira 2.5 hours to 3 hours before sunset time. This will make you reach this point just on time for the sunset, one of my favorite spots to watch the sunset in Santorini. By the way, if you want to know some of my other favorite sunset spots in Santorini, very secret ones, not mainstream at all, you can check out this video. Alright, 2 tips to finish off. 1, have water with you. I typically drink 1 big bottle of water during the hike. There are shops between Fira and Mavro, so the first half of the hike, to buy some extra water or snacks, but once you're past Mavro, you're on your own. And second piece of advice, there are no public toilets on the way, so make sure to hit the restroom before starting, otherwise it'll just be in the nature. Now, many people do this hike on their own, but it's also possible to do it with a local guide, because you are going to walk half of the entire island, so you're going to see many things, and a guide will be able to give you much more insight about all of it. And I do that. I'm a local guide and I take people on this hike all the time. So if at this point you feel like you want to hike this trail and you want me to be part of that, well, you can DM me on Instagram. And if you don't want me to join your hike, which is fine, you can still support me by hitting the like button if you enjoyed this video. So as I mentioned earlier, this hike does not include the actual town of Ia. So if you wonder what there is to do and to see in Ia, maybe you want to visit it at the end of your hike, well, then you can check out this video right here. And if you're curious about the volcanic hot springs that I mentioned at the start of the video and you want to know whether or not they're worth it, you can follow this link right here. Alright, that's it for today. See you in the next one. Bye.